Hey everybody, Steven here, playing Subnautica Below Zero. I am in the Crystal Caverns. I did a previous video earlier today and I just kind of showcased some of this stuff, and somebody mentioned that they released a new piece of concept art for this, because this is with the water volume off, which is, they want this to have certain shadows, which is usually what you'll see when you're pulling the water volume off. It'll look like this and it highlights some things like that, but we put the water volume back on and we can see the water is no longer like the pinkish red it was. Now we're actually seeing it has that green hue to it. So they asked if I had seen that. I hadn't. I looked it up on fandom, and sure enough, the new piece of concept art really highlights the change that they wanted to make with the style and everything of the Crystal Caverns here. So I will actually showcase that image and make sure it pops up on screen so everybody else can see it. But the big change that they've had down here is, and one of the things that I knew that they were going to do, I was just waiting for, and I was like, man, I really hope they do that, which was to make the crystals themselves kind of glow, which is what we're seeing here. Before they were just like flat, right? We're getting that glow to it. It looks really, really good. I love that look. Obviously more crystals now too, which is awesome to see. But beyond that, like changing the textures of the ground, adding a ton more like shelf rock on everything, not only the ground itself, but like you'll see it coming out of the ceiling now, which is really, really cool. I also see the different little, I don't know what that is, like it almost looks like a fungus maybe, spores, something, a plant. I don't know quite what it is, but we're seeing that on the ground now, not just like the flat textures, but like actually like plants or whatever it may be. So we're seeing that. We have the difference in the fish that are floating around, so they've switched those over. And then we have still, like I've mentioned in the other videos, you're seeing all of the minerals just kind of scattered everywhere. Some areas has like a huge concentration of it. I'm curious as to, these are just here, then they have to figure out what's going to be what, and then they'll actually place them, and whether or not there will be literally this many that they've scattered in these areas. I personally think they're going to do that just because, like in some of the other games, they put all that stuff down there. So with the first game, you're looking at down in the by the thermal plant, and you're looking at a lot of the other areas in the active lava zone, and part in the inactive lava zone, which is almost like you're self-sufficient now. You could literally build a base down here because you have access to all the minerals that you need. So I kind of think that that's what they're doing with this, because I mean there's a lot of it everywhere. So we're seeing a ton right there, right? Now a lot of different little just areas to kind of hide from the Shadow Leviathan down here. And then if we go back through here, now we know something significant is going to be down here. Most likely some type of precursor artifact. I personally think it'll be a base and not just an artifact. Whether it stops here, and it kind of looks, just based off how they're placing the minerals, that it might just stop here. I hope not. I think it might go deeper potentially. But this looks hidden, like we've seen in the with the thermal plant, the precursor thermal plant, and the inactive lava zone. If I'm making that connection right, I'm horrible. If you follow the channel, I'm horrible at names. It's just like my big flaw with all this stuff and trying to memorize everything. But you did have the thermal power plant, and that was hidden kind of in that what they call it, the castle. So I think it's going to be a hidden base down here, but that also seems like a small space to have something. So I think it'll be bigger, or maybe this is just the entrance, and then you'll see like on this back end they'll build it out, and then it will expand and it'll be a bigger thing. That's my personal thought behind it, because I know they have to put one of the other precursor bases, and I can't remember if it was a laboratory or not, but I know that there is another one in the game, and I just think this personally is going to be the location for it. So Going back up, we'll see the color change here in a second. It gets darker, and then we'll see the crystals pop up here, and they have a really good glow. We have the other Shadow Leviathan. Coming through this side though, you'll see it go from that to that blue and then right into that green. And we have just the two pathways to get down here. So it is looking really, really good. Curious to see how sneaking past that guy and potentially this other one goes. Haven't messed with it yet, but well, I'll take that back. I have messed with it, not with this many crystals in here yet, because they've been adding things, a lot of things every week. So they also have these guys down here, which I thought these were new. I thought they made like a new thing just for this, and I forgot that these are actually in the deep twisty bridges area. So these are actually in other areas of the game right now. I don't know, I would assume they would put more than just these guys here, but we shall see. I don't know if they'll have little hidden things too in some of these little nooks here, but it is coming along nicely. Now I don't know when the next major update for the early release is going to be. They've been kind of slowly every week adding a ton of stuff to the experimental build here. That looks awesome. And I shouldn't say slowly, they've actually been doing a ton. It's not slow at all. They've been adding a lot to this. But I don't know when the official, because usually it's been every month, but I know that they changed the timeline for all that. So I still haven't heard from anybody whether or not the October release is for PC and that's still like on point for that, or with what I kind of interpreted, they said early 2020, like January, February is what they were doing for full release. So like I said, still not 100% sure what that actually means, but this has been some of the updates to the Crystal Caverns here. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be pumping out more of these videos. I got another tweak from somebody with something I'm actually going to do with the Frozen Leviathan so we can see it a little bit better. And then hopefully here in the next week or so, we'll actually have the Ice Worm fully implemented into the game, and so we can go through and run through that battle. I'm probably going to be showing some of the tweaks and everything, and the actual jump that you'll do with the Snow Fox across from the glacial basin into the Ice Worm arena. So we'll do some videos with that, so look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching, like I said, and check back soon for more videos.